Hello, all my Training Tuesday friends. Thanks for coming out and joining us today. I am Heidi Reese and I'm the Training Programs Manager here at Dayton Superior. Just want to go over a couple of items before we get going on today's presentation. First and foremost, everyone who has joined muted so that we don't hear trash cans in the back or dogs barking or, whatever. As much as I love dogs, it's actually really cool, but we want to be able to hear and focus on the presentation and be able to ask questions. You can ask questions at the very end. We'll definitely have a mini question and answer session. But in addition, please feel free to chat with me or do a Q&A through the Zoom functionality. You can find that in your toolbar, and you can do that throughout. And at the end, I'll definitely get those questions asked for you, and then we'll answer. In addition, we record all of our Training Tuesdays, and then we place them out on our Dayton Superior YouTube channels, as well as DaytonSuperior.com. If you just search Training Tuesday, 2 links will come up for you on our website. One is to register for the next presentation, and then the other one is to find the 4 latest and greatest. And then you'll find all of the, I don't know, how many we've done, 80, 90 or so. Yeah, she's looking at Sarah here, who's going to present, and she probably has no idea.
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch out there, and they're pretty good, and they're by product or application, so check it out. We've got a Precast page. I know this is more Precast today. So there's a whole Precast page with a whole plethora of them. So check that out later on. So this presentation is intended for training purposes only. Any products that we mention from here on out, I want you to please go to DaytonSuperior.com and check out the technical specifications, safety data sheets, application guides. Everything can be found on Dayton Superior. Just search for the product and read that prior to doing anything with it. And again, we do a lot of training. This is just a small snippet of it. If you need more customized, longer, specific training, please contact Chuck and I at training@DaytonSuperior.com, and we can get that going for you. I'll mention that again a little bit later. So who is Dayton Superior? We are the provider of engineered solutions for the concrete construction industry. We lead in that realm where not only do we have the products of accessories, chemicals, forming, and accessories, we have precast like we're going to talk about today, splicing. We also have tilt up. Chemicals. We've got chemical lines for retro, and if you need repairs, we've got them for you. Specification assistance. In addition, we have one of the largest engineering organizations and teams that can help you. Technical service representative, customer service, and I've already mentioned training. And if you need more information on that, contact us at training@DaytonSuperior.com. Okay, let's get to it, right? We're going to be talking about Build America, Buy America, or BABA. And I promise, well, I'm going to try not to do a sheep noise like I did last time on that. In addition, we're going to be talking about domestic precast products. And what does BABA mean? What does it really mean in the effects on the precast market? We're going to discuss that, and then we're going to discuss how Dayton Superior can help you with those solutions, specifically along the domestic precast products and what we have available for you and what they're used for. So first up will be Sarah Clark, our market development analyst. I like to call her DOT Sarah. I know she's got some Florida friends on there, so I want you guys, when you call into her and you talk to her, call her DOT Sarah for me, okay? But she's going to be here today to review BABA with us, specifically for precast, like I said. She did a BABA Training Tuesday. It reviewed it more in its entirety, so I highly suggest you go out there and check that out if you haven't done so already, if you're wanting a wider view than just the precast element. So for today, she's going to be going over that portion that is relevant. And I want to tell you a little bit about Sarah. She graduated from the University of Dayton with a bachelor's in chemical engineering, as well as a minor in environmental engineering. She works alongside numerous areas of the business and with the third-party testing groups that we use here at Dayton Superior. And she handles, like I just said, Department of Transportation and BABA for both Dayton Superior chemical and accessory product lines. And she really is key in making sure that our product specifications are met and all those ever-changing government regulations and specifications, are checked out and approved so that your project can succeed and you can get what you need. Then we're going to hear from Adam Stenberg, who's the Director of Business Development for Precast. He has over 18 years of experience in the precast engineering and sales environments, and he is a licensed professional engineer with a Bachelor's of Civil Engineering from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities Institute of Technology. Among his other past roles, he has been a technical sales engineer for us, a project and design engineer, and like I said, he is currently our Dayton Superior Director of Business Development for Precast Market, and he is here to tell us all about it. But we're going to start with Sarah first, so I'm going to swing on over here, and Sarah, take it away.
Right, hello, thank you, Heidi. All right, so what is BABA? Build America, Buy America. So in January 2021, the president signed an executive order called Ensuring the Future is Made in America by All American Workers. And the focus on that was maximizing federal government's use of services, goods, products, and materials produced and offered in the United States. So the Infrastructure Investments Job Act, also known as the bipartisan law, was signed by the president November 15th, 2022. And the BABA Act, enacted in this Infrastructure Act, requires that all iron and steel manufactured products and construction materials used in federally funded projects for infrastructure must be produced in the United States. All right, so we have several categories that I'll highlight here. We have the iron and steel. That is all. We have iron and steel, manufactured products, construction materials, and Section 70917C materials. So for the iron and steel products, all manufactured processes from initial melting stage through the application of the coatings must occur in the United States. Then we're going to talk about manufactured products. So manufactured products is defined to mean articles, materials, or supplies that have been processed into a specific form or shape, combined with other article materials or supplies to create a product with different properties than the original article, material, supply. So basically, if it changes in any way, it needs to be manufactured product. So additionally, in the case of manufactured product, produced in the United States means a little bit different than iron and steel and construction materials. So this means that the product must be manufactured in the United States, and the cost of components of the manufactured products that are mined, produced, or manufactured in the United States must exceed 55% of the total costs that make up the components of the manufactured product. So you have to go and calculate, here are our constituents inside that product. How much is from the United States? How much is from elsewhere? Is the cost of those components, the total cost, greater than 55%? So now this is all contingent on, unless there's an agency as established another standard that meets or exceeds this. So you might have to have 65%, depending upon the specifications. So finally, manufactured component products may include components that are construction materials, iron and steel products, or the Section 70917C materials. So basically, if you mix it all together, if it changes at all, you have two components that go together, it's considered a manufactured product. All right, construction materials. All manufacturing processes must occur in the United States. So construction materials are where chemical, electrical, mechanical, or thermal energy is used to transform a material into a more complete product. So each process operation add value to the product by modifying the physical and properties and appearance. So it's not really changing the shape. It's But there's a list of 8 categories under construction materials. They are non-ferrous metals, plastic, and polymer-based products.
That's a mouthful.
Including polyvinyl chloride, composite building materials, and polymers used in fiber optic cables, glass, fiber optic cable, including drop cable, optic fiber, lumber, drywall, and engineered wood. So the last category is section 70917C materials. So the Congress carved out several materials from this category of construction materials, and this includes cement, cementitious materials, aggregates, stone, sand, or gravel, binding agents, or additives. So in implementing this, the Office of Management and Budget created a 4th category, and this is the category. It's not named something cool like construction materials or manufactured products. It's the section 70917C. They're treated as neither construction materials nor manufactured products. Therefore, these items themselves do not need to be produced in the United States. Now, where this comes into play is if these section materials are combined with another, if you have 2 materials combined together, before arriving to a work site, such as precast concrete, the combination is considered a manufactured product or iron and steel product, and it must be produced in the United States and meet domestic content. So if it's mixed together at all, it is considered a manufactured product. So in contrast, wet concrete or hot mix asphalt that has not settled into a particular shape or form can be brought to a site and incorporated into the project without being considered a combination of materials. However, again, like I said, if it's already mixed and put together, it is a manufactured product now. All right, so we have a bunch of different memorandums and bills and acts that Build America, Buy America is included in. So the Office of Management and Budget in May stated that all agencies were to ensure compliance with the bipartisan law. And in August of 2023, they finally gave out guidance, the final guidance for implementation. And then a memorandum went out in October of 2023, and that included, that's called the Implementation Guidance on Application of Buy America Preference and Federally Financial Assisted Programs. That's a mouthful. But this gave guidance to all the agencies on what categories were, how to help implement, etc. And we will be providing links for all these documents at the end of the presentation. And we also have a website for Build America, Buy America that they're all listed there. So then, BABA and Precast. So there's one important key thing that I haven't stated yet. BABA applies to products that are permanently incorporated into the project. So if it's not permanently incorporated into the project, it is exempt, because if it's removed, it shouldn't have to be Build America, Buy America compliant, because it's not, it doesn't remain. So how can Dayton Superior help? We have numerous stocked and made to order precast parts ready for your projects. It's important though that when you request your made to order parts, that you go through customer service, and you need to make sure that when talking to them, that you tell them that it needs to be domestic if your project requires Build America, Buy America compliance. Because we have several options, and sometimes it's domestic, sometimes it's not. So it's very, very, very important that you tell them that. So, all right. Adam.
All right. So thanks for that detailed information on how the BABA process works. And Dayton Superior is a leading domestic supplier for your BABA related projects or AIS project requirements. We're the leading supplier in lifting systems, connections, sandwich panel connectors, shims, chamfers, rebar splicing couplers, bar supports, and chemicals, to name a few of the items. We have 7 U.S. manufacturing facilities strategically located around the U.S. with 22 additional distribution facilities as well. One of the items that we are manufacturing domestic is the coil insert. This has several common uses. It can be used as a precast lifting and handling device. And it can also be used as a temporary support or bracing anchor, or for attaching formwork for your cast in place pours. These are attached through a variety of methods. We offer several lifting eyes and swivel plates for this attachment. One key item to consider when using this coil anchor system is that you want to use Dayton Superior coil rod, coil nuts, coil bolts along with this system. It is a proprietary thread, so only our products are going to fit into the anchors. The coil thread itself is very robust. It's thicker than a standard NC thread and handles that increased impact loading that you can see through lifting and handling. It also does not cross thread and is much quicker to install. Moving into our ferrule inserts. Like our coil insert systems, we make these anchors in carbon steel and can add electroplating, electrogalvanizing for a coating. That's the preferred method. When you're electrogalvanizing these anchors, there's no need to rechase threads like there would be for hot dip galvanizing. Hot dip galvanizing is also a coating that we can provide. They are also commonly made and even stocked in several sizes of stainless steel type 304 for highly corrosive environments, and we can manufacture them in 316 as well. That's one of the benefits of us manufacturing these domestically, is that we can make custom sizes and custom materials based on your project needs. These can also be used with our NC threaded rebar splicers for doing different cast in place to precast connections. These are a standard connection system. It's not used as a lifting anchor. It's primarily used as a permanent connection for items like utilities, piping, electrical conduit, for attaching to a building roof or ceiling or a bridge, as well as a specific example. It can be F41s, or a special type of ferrule insert that we use for attaching guardrails to bridge abutments and bridge rails. No, we do not manufacture the NC threaded bolts for this system, so you need to coordinate with our precast handbook and our data that can be found online. Excuse me. The F43 product category has all the details that you need for finding what NC thread is compatible, what the max bolt engagement is, and also what the minimum bolt engagement is, which is actually which is the bolt diameter plus 1/8 of an inch. Now we are going to get into our precast lifting systems. Here is the Swift Lift system. It is a very cost-effective lifting anchor system. It requires a universal lifting eye, and it can be used for a wide variety of precast projects. We see it primarily with utility precasters making underground manhole structures, box culverts, concrete pipe, products like that, but it can be used for almost anything. Dayton Superior first brought this product to North America back in 1972. And like all of our precast lifting systems, the lifting anchors themselves had a 4-to-1 factor of safety per OSHA 1926-704. And it's offered in a 1, 2, 4, 8, and 20-ton capacity. The P52 anchors are the anchor that's doing all the work. These are the product that this is the product that we manufacture domestically. We also offer a value line, which is non-domestic. But the P52s can be manufactured domestically for your BABA or AIS certified projects. One of the beauties of manufacturing these domestically is that we can manufacture custom sizes. We can make a custom length that's non-standard. We can do special coatings. We can even make stainless steel anchors for highly corrosive environments. And that's a huge benefit rather than having, we can turn that around in a couple of weeks on a custom project rather than waiting several months to get those from overseas like our competitors. Getting into our next precast lifting system. Oh, sorry. Is the fleet lift system. This is an engineered lifting system. We have anchors that range from 1 ton all the way to 12 ton. The system uses a ring clutch for connecting to the lifting anchors. It's a fully recessed system as the Swift lift system is. There's no need to cut strand or cables or other items like that as it's fully recessed. Many precast projects use this system for multi-lifts on their precast wall panels, beams, columns, double T's, for a wide variety of projects like data centers, warehouses, parking garages, or just general total precast buildings. Some of the products that fit within this category, these are all erection head anchors. As you can see on here, they all have a shear tab. That shear tab is utilized for these anchors. These anchors are primarily, let me take a step back, are primarily used in wall panels and thin wall panel sections. And those shear tabs allow for those anchors to pick up those concretes and rotate them to vertical without spalling the concrete. Another thing to note on here, the P92 SPs are a sandwich panel erection anchor. So those are used in precast sandwich panels where you have 2 concrete weiss, an inner and an outer layer, and you have insulation sandwiched between those 2 weiss. The P92 FEW is a great high strength, high capacity option. This anchor can allow you to reduce your pick points. I've seen many projects where you can go from 4 lift points on your top of your panel down to 2 because of that higher strength capacity all the way up to 12 tons. So here we have some additional lifting anchors in the fleet lift system. These can be manufactured domestically. And these are non-erection head anchors. So their primary use is going to be as a facelift or in the top surface of a concrete. And this has a wide variety of applications. Here's the details on the accessory hardware for attaching the fleet lifts. We didn't get into a lot of detail on this with the Swift lifts, but we have a similar system for all of our lifting hardware. Here you can see we have the disposable recess members. That's the void former. That's attached to the anchor here. It's attached to a P92. And that's creating that pocket for our ring clutch to come in and engage that lifting anchor after we've stripped the formwork and we're picking that piece. But we also have a holding rod shown here connecting this anchor and the void former to a piece of plywood or a piece of lumber formwork. So we also have magnetic holding plate and magnetic void former options that are available if you're attaching to a steel side form or side rail. Our last lifting system that we are going to cover is the utility anchors. The utility anchor system is very easy to use. It requires no special lifting hardware. As you can see in the pictures in the lower left, that's a standard hook, industry used hook, and a standard shackle. For more information on the proper hook sizes and details, please visit our website under that P75 utility anchor system. And like all of our Dayton Superior lifting anchors and hardware, we have load capacity charts in our technical data sheets and our precast handbook. The most up-to-date version of both of those can be found online. Some important things to note about the information in these tables are the minimum panel thickness. That's a key requirement to selecting the proper anchor for your precast piece. Also the safe working load tension and shear capacities. These are very important to make sure that the anchor is going to be able to carry the weight of that precast element. Minimum edge distances are also critical to ensure that you have at least that amount of edge distance to get those rated capacities. And then for fitment, we have dimensional informations like shown here on the width, the A dimension, the B, the height, and then the thickness. Two other key things to focus on is the factor of safety. Like I mentioned before, all of our precast lifters have the 4-to-1 factor of safety. This is mentioned in the notes on the tables. And we also have our concrete compressive strength. It's important to note that on this chart, it's 4,000 PSI. So that's the concrete strength that you're going to need to use these values at the time of your lift, not at the final design strength of your concrete. So if you have a concrete strength that's lower than that, you can reach out to your Dayton Superior technical rep for help with determining your capacity at lower concrete strengths. We have our formwork attachment accessories for the utility anchor system. I just want to highlight the P76P. It's a very easy to use single-use void former for utility anchors. It's a two-piece system that snaps on tightly and holds the utility anchor itself into place. So after your concrete is formed and hardened, you simply pop off that cap and you can engage your lifting insert with very minimal effort. We also offer a variety of specialty connections. The core wall connection system is a domestic product that we offer for connecting wall panels to structural steel elements. There's two different styles. We have the P30 and the P31. Those are compatible with the P32 strap plate or the P34 nut style strap anchor. So the P31 goes to the P32 and the P30 goes to the P34. There's a plastic cap inside of these systems that can be pulled out after your concrete is cured and hardened. That prevents any concrete slurry from getting into your assembly prior to installation. At Dayton Superior, we are a fully engineered solutions provider of sandwich wall panel connectors and composite wall panel systems. We offer two different styles of connectors, traditional steel connectors like the P9 C-clip shown here at the top and the P12 welded wire girder also shown at the top. These are steel connectors. They're traditionally been around for a very long time. They're still very common in the marketplace. The other style of connectors we have highlighted are shown on the bottom half of the page. These are thermally non-conductive connectors as part of our HK Composites product line. With the ever-changing energy codes requiring higher R values, these provide fewer thermal breaks than other systems. And with the acquisition of HK at the beginning of this year, we're excited to add their full insulation fabrication capabilities to our portfolio. And we also offer composite sandwich wall panel design. So please reach out for your next project. Strand restraining devices. Hold downs are a very common application in heavily reinforced pre-stressed concrete I-beams used for bridge girders. Their purpose is to deflect strands near the beam's ends to reduce eccentricity of the pre-stressing force. This allows for more pre-stressing to be added to increase the strength of the beams and to make the bridge girders themselves longer. Pushdowns are a very similar product, but are focused more on double T's and box beams. We've been making hold downs and strand deflecting devices since 1958, and we have a very rigorous QC process to ensure that our hold downs meet the highest quality standards. Some additional products you can see here is our DuraWeb, which is a shear stem mesh for box culverts and box beams. We have shims, chamfers, and a variety of magnetic products as well that we offer domestically. Now I'm going to get into a couple more products. These are not precast specific, and then I'll wrap this up here. Bar supports are something that we offer domestically as well in steel and and plastic. Our steel supports are offered in plain steel. We can do stainless, we can do coated, epoxy coated, dipped, tipped for a wide variety of products. One other item that we can offer for connecting rebar is the Cody clip. It's a rebar connecting method that can be used in lieu of tie wire. It is a battery, or we have two different tools, a battery or a pneumatic tool that's available for shooting on the clips. Please visit our Cody clip landing page site on our website. There's more information on there.
And Adam, we're going to be having Cody next week. You and April are going to be doing a training Tuesday. So guys, sign up for that. And it's one more quick thing. We're right at time, and Adam's going to keep going. It's just a little bit left, but if you've got questions, go ahead and put them into the chat or the Q&A for me now. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, sorry for running a little bit long here. Now we're going to step into some rebar splicing products. We have our taper lock system, which is a taper threaded system. It highlights several highlights with the system is that it doesn't require any special installation tools. All it requires is that a hand tight torque on the connection to get the full capacity, which is a type 2 splice for grade 60 bar and all the way up to a grade 100 bar type 2 splice, which is excellent. We have several other splicing products that we offer as well domestically, our bar lock, which is a shear break off nut style, and then our sleeve lock, which is a grouted sleeve coupler that requires no special end treatments. Some benefits of couplers, threaded rebar couplers, is that they reduce the need for holes in your formwork. As you can see here, the flange couplers can nail up to a piece of plywood, and we have similar attaching methods that you could do if that was a steel side form, and not having to drill through steel is going to save you a lot of money and not damaging your forms. It also reduces congestion when you have a lot of reinforcing in a really concentrated area for a heavily reinforced precast section. And it's also very useful for connecting precast in staged pours or staged sections, or if you're connecting precast to a cast in place concrete element. The last item I was going to touch on for our splicing products is our DBDI system. This system, again, doesn't require any special tools for installation. It is a two-piece design. So you don't actually have two pieces of rebar and a coupler. The female end of the coupler is actually forged into the rebar. And this gets a full type 2 splice because the male end on this bar is also heat forged and upsize. So that, for example, if you had a number 4 bar, you're not cutting into the number 4 thread because it actually has a 5/8 inch diameter thread because that end is upsized. We offer a wide variety of domestic chemicals, ranging from form releases and bonding agents, form releases and bond breakers, so your forms don't stick to your precast elements, to bonding agents and to repair mortars for any patchwork or rehab projects that you have, as well as epoxy anchorage for epoxy anchoring bars, rods, doing crack repair and crack injections. We also have a full line of non-shrink grout products. For example, these can be used for grouting beneath a precast wall panel to a footing or a stem wall to provide that consistent bearing. And we also offer several evaporation reducers and finishing aids that are perfect for extending the finish time on your precast wall panels, double T's, or other large surface area pours.
All right, thank you, Adam.
Can take this last one and I'll hand it back over. So like we reviewed on the P75 utility anchors, this information can be found on DaytonSuperior.com. It's an excellent resource for the most up-to-date information on the precast handbook, technical data sheets, as well as a lot of training materials as well. Engineering requests can be submitted through our precast engineering page on the website. And we also have a new and improved storefront available for streamlining online purchases.
You.
Yeah, and don't forget your who to contact form right there. If you need to find out who to contact, whether it be a technical sales representative or your dealer sales or your customer service, we've got a map out there on DaytonSuperior.com. So tell us a little bit more about
All right.
certificate of compliance real quick.
We have certificate of compliances if you need one, for Build America, Buy America, for Buy American, for sort of specifications. Let us know. Please call customer service and we'll get you a letter. If it meets it, we'll write you a letter. And then we have a Build America, Buy America resource page. It's our landing page. It has all of the things we discussed today, links to documents that can help you learn a little bit more information. There's a map, there's an interactive map that you can use to see what products are DOT approved that meet Build America, Buy America. But it's important, there's a lot of materials that meet Build America, Buy America, but don't have a DOT approval because there's no category for it, etc. So please contact customer service if you have a product that you think is BABA compliant or needs BABA compliance, and we will help you out as much as we can.
Oh,
And
let's
then
look at your
here's our
sites, yeah.
citations. These are all the citations that we use today. Please go look and read on Build America, Buy America. It's ever changing, so but we'll keep that landing page up to date as much as possible. And
Yeah, and it really is
Thank
kind of
you.
up to date. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Adam. I don't see any questions. I'll give you just a second to put a question in, because I want to remind you that we record all these. They're placed out on YouTube, Dayton Superior's YouTube, as well as DaytonSuperior.com. We have on the BABA page that she just referenced, the last Training Tuesday for the full Build America, Buy America is out there as well. So you can access that easily. But in addition, we have a Precast page, a tilt up. You can just say Precast training and you can find all those. So if there's no questions, just want to remind you that I don't send emails anymore. So about 4 o'clock, this sucker will be out there online. If you want to forward it to someone, you can get the link and do that. And then, yeah, we talked about Cody and the Cody clip. We're going to be doing that next Tuesday. So sign up for that. And until next week, everyone, thank you both for presenting. Appreciate it. And thank you all for joining. See you next week.